Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. In this series I record myself building some of my most ambitious Minecraft projects. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So we started off, as most worlds do, with a randomly generated seed. Fortunately I was presented with a wonderful spawn which was perfect for what little plans I had in my head for this project. Today's builds are completely improvised, and because of this, a lot of what you see here is a result of lots and lots of trial and error. But I'm quite happy with the end result, and hopefully you will be too. I started out by laying the foundations for the bridge using some stone brick. I wanted the bridge to arch over the river rather than just go straight across it, and because of this I needed it to be tall, but at the same time I didn't want it to look too bulky, and so I made use of stone brick stairs and slabs to help achieve that. I used some oak logs and some spruce slabs to create the pathway of the bridge and provide the build with some much needed contrast. Finally, I made use of lanterns under the water to create a nice sense of depth in the river. I then set about making some roads on either side of the bridge using path blocks, as I originally thought that they would make the road feel trodden and worn, but you'll notice I later replaced them with a mixture of cobblestone, gravel and andesite, as I felt that those blocks were more suited for this type of road. I wanted the roads to look natural and man-made, and so I purposefully made them very uneven and asymmetrical, long and windy in an attempt to help achieve that feeling. Next we come to the gates of the kingdom, which I thought would fit quite nicely in the open space between these forests here. As you can see, I started to lay down some rough foundations for the gate towers. This was among my first few attempts at building diagonally in Minecraft, and so as you can see it took me a few tries to get a shape that I was even remotely happy with. After some fiddling, I finally thought I'd found a shape that I was happy with, but later found out that it wasn't fit for purpose. And so I took some inspiration from old medieval gates, and I came up with a design that I quite liked. I created some crenellations using a mixture of stone brick, stairs and andesite that I thought made for a good foundation for the gate towers. As you can see, I then started work on the main body of the towers. I knew that I wanted these towers to be relatively large, so I built a framework of cobblestone pillars on each corner of the tower and used stone as a blank canvas for the face of the towers. With the basic structure of the tower in place, I wanted to begin playing around with a couple of window designs. At first, I thought I would just use stairs to create a couple of arrow slits in the walls, but I had a large blank space that needed filling, and arrow slits just wasn't going to cut it. So I settled on this window design on either side of the wall and placed some arrow slits in between them. I then repeated this design on all four sides of the tower before replicating the entire design onto the tower on the right. So we recently hit over 500 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely insane. Thank you guys for all of the support. I didn't want to make a special 500 sub video or anything like that, because personally I find it's maybe a little bit cringy. But yeah, I just wanted to take a moment in this video to say thank you guys, and I really do appreciate it, and I'm trying to push out more content for you guys, and this series is something that I found myself wanting to do for ages, and I only now really got around to it because, if I'm honest, I'm a very, very lazy person, and yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys think of this series, and if you'd like to see more, please let me know, and if you have any suggestions as to what I can build next, or any name suggestions for the kingdom that we are currently in the process of building, please leave a comment down below. I am interested to hear all of your suggestions and thoughts. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. Now I wanted to work on the bridge connecting the two towers. This helped add a lot of depth to the build and allowed the two towers to be brought together as one structure. After the bridge was built, I added some details and crenellations to help bring more life into the build and put more of a focus on the upper half of the gateway. In order to differentiate the center of the building from the rest, I decided to use granite as the wall material, adding some much needed color and depth to the build. I then proceeded to build up the two towers on the right and left hand side. As you can see up at the top here, we've added two large windows on either tower and topped off both towers with some crenellations and some battlements up on the top. We want it to be large and imposing, and I think that these battlements really do achieve that. After coming up with a design for the battlements which I liked, I moved around to the back of the gate and finished up the walls and added the battlements all the way around the building. And as we pass under the archway, I think it's high time we did something about these overly basic stone walls. So I decided to mix in some andesite, polished andesite and cobblestone with the regular stone in order to give the build greater depth and overall better detail. For the roof, I decided to use smooth stone as it is a much lighter color and provides the build with some more life, while also remaining consistent with the grey color palette of the build. I then proceeded to add the same detailing I had added to the front walls to the rest of the walls surrounding the build. And of course, a gateway this grand would not be complete without a couple of flags to signify that this is the entrance to our great kingdom. And now, finally, we are on to the finishing touches of the build. As you can see, I decided to swap out the blackened windows for some stained glass, and I even threw in a little glowstone so that the gateway is visible at night. I also finished building the road through the archway and added some lanterns coming down from the ceiling just to try and really sell the fact that this is the entrance to a large kingdom. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.